Could be worse. Could be a casserole. Casserole. And we're back. This week's a good one. We're traveling out to the upper Midwest, the land of badgers and butterburgers. But did you know Wisconsin's state drink is an old fashioned? It's made with brandy. We're gonna get weird. Woo! Hi guys, we're back with another volume of our exploration of the old fashioned. Like I said in the intro, this week we're heading to Wisconsin. Yes, we're gonna get weird. Like really weird. Like almost not an old fashioned weird. We're old fashioning with brandy. Now, as we stated before, brandy's been used in old fashions since its inception. We talked about that in the gin old fashioned video that we did a few weeks ago. But it didn't really get super popular until the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, where a small company called Korbel, which now you know them for their California sparkling wines. I don't know if they've actually make other wine, but I've popped a bunch of corks of Korbel before. But they also make brandy, and they ship thousands of boxes of Korbel brandy to Wisconsin every year still. So Korbel not only served their brandy, but they also made a cocktail, which is the Brandy Old Fashioned. So the Brandy Old Fashioned was super popular with everyone at the World's Fair, but it was especially popular with the German contingent that was coming from Milwaukee.
Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee.
Now, I don't know why exactly it was so popular with the Germans. Maybe it reminded them of being back home in Deutschland. You know, everybody likes schnapps and brandy and all the fun stuff over there. Or maybe they were trying to drown out the fact that H.H. Holmes was running around Chicago killing everybody. You know, maybe he served him at his murder castle.
Does this guy know how to party or what?
Maybe that's what drove him to do that. Brandy Old Fashioned, he likes the old fashioned. It's crazy. Just wait, we're gonna get weird. It's unknown whether or not he served them at the murder castle. But the odds are that one out of the 200 people that he killed during the World's Fair, very creatively, acid vats, all that fun stuff. Gross. They probably had 1 or 2 or 6 of them. That's how he got them back there. Then boom! Yahtzee! Alright, let's get back on track. So those Germans, they took that drink, the Brandy Old Fashioned, back to Wisconsin. And the rest is history. They still serve tons of them today, and they're gonna keep on going. So this is where it starts to get weird.
Let's get weird! Let's get weird! Weird! Get weird! Weird!
Normally, if you do an old fashioned, if you do it the way I like it, you use simple syrup, so we don't need this step. But if you use sugar cubes, you do muddle those. Well, in this brandy old fashioned, it also has muddled fruit, an orange and a cherry. Weird. So it kind of turns into a punch more than an old fashioned. But bear with me, we're gonna keep getting weirder. Just wait. These Wisconsinites, they're very MacGyver-esque. So, just gonna make one of these, right? 4. Why 4? 4 variations, depending on how you like it. But guess what? It's Friday. What the hell else you got to do? Not only does it have 4 variations, which we're gonna call floaters. We want to make sure that anybody in Wisconsin that sees this knows that we know the proper terminology here. But the garnishes get weird too. Sugar, cherry, orange, something sweet like brandy. Brandy. Muddle it all up. I mean, you make the drink. It's sweet, right? What'd you garnish with that? Maybe a little orange. Maybe another cherry. Would you do it with a pickled Brussels sprout? Or an olive? It's not a Bloody Mary. Martini. I mean, I'm a fan of pickled Brussels sprouts, but it's like dipping them in candy. Well, I guess that could work. So your 4 floaters, your 4 variations of this Brandy Old Fashioned. You have your sweet version, your sour version, your pressed version, and just a normal, neat, boring version. What's the difference? Sweet. Use either 7-Up or Sprite to float on top of it, just a little bit, you know, just to sweeten it up a little bit. You can put your finger in there. Yeah. The sour, you normally either use sour mix, which we're not doing, or like a grapefruit soda, like Squirt, or I have Fresca, so we're using Fresca. The press version is a combination of soda water and one of those sodas, and then the neat version is just soda water.
Definitely soda, not Pops. Pops is no, that's my grandfather, Pops.
So in order to show you all 4 different floater variations, I'm just gonna batch out the cocktail. Just gonna do 4 drinks in a mixing glass, and then we'll have an even taste across the board, and we can just add the floaters to the different drinks, and then we'll taste them. I'll give you the recipe that I have. It's super simple. Basically the same recipe as an old fashioned would be, except you're adding cherry and an orange. So we're gonna go 1 or 2 sugar cubes, or you can do like a 1/4 teaspoon of simple syrup, then 3 or 4 dashes of Angostura, followed by muddling just a little bit to get the slurry going. Then you're just gonna wanna add half a wheel of an orange. Just cut a wheel and then cut it in half. Super easy, I know, right? Use the other half as your garnish for this if you want. And then add cherry. Once you do that, you're just gonna muddle it up. Make sure you don't muddle the orange pith because it'll turn bitter. And you want this to be sweet, like a punch. You don't want it to be a bitter bitch. Boom.
Bitch!
Then you're just gonna add the brandy, 2 ounces, 2, 1, 2, or 3, however you want. And then add some crushed ice on top. Mix it up a little bit. And then you add your floater. Depending on how you like it, sweet, obviously you're just gonna want the sweet soda. You want a little sour, you don't want the sour soda. Don't want any of that, soda. Or you can make all of them. Being from a kitchen, haha, this is my mise en place. Boom, vocabulary word of the week. In its place, everything in its place. It's super easy to make things when everything is set out and you have the portions right. So this is gonna go pretty quick. So let's start to make the drink. Starting glass. So we have our, like I said, I'm making 4 of these, so there's 8 sugar cubes in here. I decided not to use simple syrup because I'm just trying to stick to the original stuff. Obviously, I would prefer simple syrup, but it's fine. 3 or 4 dashes of this. I didn't do the conversion, so I'm going to be counting a little bit. I would say it's probably, I don't know. But anyways, as you can see, the sugar cubes are already starting to soak this up. We can muddle it just a hair. Don't worry, muddle will be fine. Yeah, so now it's basically an Angostura simple syrup. So now we'll take our oranges. I'm gonna probably do these one at a time, just because there's a lot going on in this glass. 2. Because I'm doing it this way, the serving glasses aren't going to have the fruit in it. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Some people like to strain it out beforehand anyways to give it a little bit more of a refined look. I'm good with that. So like I said, I'm doing 4, so this will be the 3rd of 4 oranges. And don't forget to not muddle the pith. I'm basically just going for the flesh. And another way you could do this to really avoid the pith altogether, you could cut Supremes with the oranges and throw them in there and muddle those. I thought about doing that, but like I said, I'm trying to stay traditional here. So here's number 4. It's really starting to smell like Angostura and oranges. All right. Here we go. All right, these are good muddled. Now we're just gonna add our cherries. We can put all these in there because they're kind of little. 1, 2, 3. 3 and 4. So you can pick whatever cherry you want. The style in Wisconsin would be like those old, like, nuclear red maraschino cherries. These are Bada Bing cherries, which they're basically like the good ones. They're just a little cheaper in the jar. So I muddled those up, and they pretty much exploded all of the cherry goodness out of them. So right now, looks a little bit like slop, but it'll get better. So from there, we just need to add the brandy. So I said 2 ounces for you. If you want to add more, that's your preference. I'm sticking to my recipe. So it's 2 ounces or 60 mils. Ooh, splashdown. Sorry, I had to do a little math in the middle there. So anyways, looks a little bit like light motor oil. We're gonna stir this up now, just to incorporate everything. Now, obviously this is warm, but our crushed ice will be going in our glasses, and we will go from there. All right. Two, 3 and 4. So what we're gonna do now, I think it's gonna be easier and we'll probably make less of a mess if we put some ice in first and then so for the crushed ice, obviously you can use your ice maker on your fridge. If not, what I did was just throw some ice cubes into a gallon bag, squeeze all the air out, because if you have the air in there, then when you go to hit it, it won't hit it all the way, and you end up poking a hole in your bag and all that fun stuff. But yeah, and then just hit it with something heavy. You could use a muddler, or a meat tenderizer, or your significant other's head. I don't know. Just, you know, man, H.H. Holmes is really, he's wearing off of me. So we have our ice in our drink. Now we just have to pour in the glasses and then fix our floaters. So we're definitely going to add more ice to this too, by the way. I would just take it across and try to look like Tom Cruise in Cocktail, but I'm in the basement, and that's how you get ants. There we go. I'll just top it up with some more ice. You probably want between a half an inch and an inch from the top of your glass, depending on how much floater you want. It should just be a little bit, just because that's the traditional way, but some of you have a sweet tooth. But the drink is already sweet enough. So You guys do what you want to do. We're gonna figure out which one we like better though. All right, so number one will just be soda. Just gonna do a little further. Go. Number two, be the grapefruit sour. Number three will be the sweet with 7-Up. You can use Sprite too, or lemon lime soda. Just 7-Up is the more traditional one. There we go. So then the fourth, the press version. I've seen a couple different ways. You can just do soda water in one of the sodas, or I've also seen soda water in both of the sodas. So we're gonna do both of the sodas just because that's what we do. Just a tad. So then the last thing we need to do is just garnish it. Now remember I was saying that their garnishes get a little funky. Pickled Brussels sprouts and olives on sweet stuff. It's really sweet stuff. So like it doesn't make a lot of sense. But then again, it does. Sweet and savory, you know, they do go pretty well together. Just the Brussels sprout, like that funky sulfur farty smell, taste. It's a lot. Now if it was on like a Bloody Mary, I'd be fine with it. I mean, you put everything in a Bloody Mary nowadays, but it's kind of weird, but whatever. So there you go, all 4 variations. The boring, normal, neat one, the soda water one. Then the Fresco one, I had to look over to my thing. The Fresco one, the grapefruit, the sour version. Then we have the sweet version with just 7-Up in it, but like I said, you can use any lemon lime soda. And then the pressed one, which is basically all of that stuff. It's a mouthful. Now we gotta move on to garnishes. I'm only gonna garnish 2 of these just because there's no sense. I'm sharing these with me, myself, and I. And I mean, 1's good, but 2's fine. We're good. We're having fun. So I'm gonna do the soda and then the 7-Up one. Then we'll leave these 2 over here for dessert. So normally you just garnish with an orange and a cherry, but like I said before, they use olives and pickled Brussels sprouts. So at this point, anything goes, I'm assuming. Next thing you know, people will be putting a casserole on here. You gotta really hit that savory sweet thing. Anyways, let's garnish these. Talking too much. I have our orange. What I'm gonna do is tons of fun. So I'm gonna play on the savory sweet thing. We have our orange and cherry, just like that. But I showed you guys the secret in the beginning when I took a big bite. Oh look, piece of cheddar cheese. There you go. There you go, guys. The Wisconsin Old Fashioned, aka the Brandy Old Fashioned, aka probably had roofies in it for H.H. Holmes. Boom. Let's go. Oh god, it's so fruity. That's very nice. And this, like I said, this is the soda one, so it's very fruity. Not gonna, I can already tell, like, this is super sweet. Not super, you know what I mean? Like, I like an old fashioned, not too sweet. This is sweet enough. I'm pretty excited to eat that piece of cheese with that thing. Now, this is gonna be uber sweet. You know, it's not as sweet as I thought it was gonna be. It's actually, it's pretty nice. Still like that one better, but it's not that sweet. Obviously, I only floated a little bit of 7-Up on it, so it could be good. Onto the sour one. Okay, it's a little sour. I don't find Fresca that soury. I know that they, at least the Wisconsin ones, they'll use Squirt or another sour soda. Fresca's all I could find, so that's what we got. Still not super sweet, not super sour. I mean, it adds another little level, but we're good. Press version. Now this one's a little bit sweeter, but still the juggling act almost. So the soda, it's just straightforward. It's good. The 7-Up one, it's sweeter, but not too sweet. It gives you more of like a candy taste. I feel like the sour one, okay. Action. I feel like the sour one, it doesn't do a lot. Maybe if you use sour mix, but I don't keep that in my house. I just use lemons. Yeah. It's not bad. I'm gonna drink it, obviously, but I would still probably go for one of these. And then this, like I said, it's like juggling. It's hard to tell the differences between them, but it's there. But I don't understand why you would do this. I feel like you need to pick one of the two and then punch it in the face. Because when you put those two in here, you're adding that stuff, but with the ice, and then you're adding soda water on top of it, you're just diluting it. So I feel like you're just basically where you started. I don't know. I don't see the need. I mean, still good, but yeah, it's good. Actually, damn it, I just got something else that I didn't get from those. I got like a bubblegum aftertaste, which love me some bubblegum. Like a double bubble, like fruit by the foot. What is that? Bubble tape. Boom. I got that, like that fake bubblegum taste. Ugh, here we go. Damn it. We gotta end this now. As always, guys, here are the drinks. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us really know what you think. I am so interested to have somebody talk shit to me on here. Please. No, in all reality, if you guys comment, I have no problem talking to you guys and just, having a good old time. And if you want to bash me for any of this, please, by all means, I welcome it. Please. Hit the bell, so that you get all the videos. And just a heads up, next week, it's the last week of Old Fashioned Week. Well, we're probably going to blow it out. We'll see. Guess you guys have to stay tuned to find out. Anyways, guys, it's Friday. Let's go. Germans, immigrants for cut. And this old fashioned was a hit with everyone, especially Germans. Germans is cut. Now I don't know why it was so popular. Unpopular. Maybe that's what drove him mad. I'm assuming he was mad. Maybe he was just trying to, you know, cut. That had immigrated there years before.
Who's the dummy now?